Hey y'all. Um, so the galley's here. Woo! So it'll be out in September. I'm so excited about it. Thanks to everybody that's pre-ordered a copy. That helps a lot. And thanks for being so patient with everything that's changed. I've had to change the dates with, the pandemic. um, it's just taken all the shipping dates. That's the biggest problem. I mean, what a lucky problem that's my biggest problem. So I had to change the dates. Thanks for everybody for being so patient that pre-ordered. You're going to get, like I said in the beginning, a felted, handmade, one-of-a-kind bookmark. But for being so patient, I got some extra things I'm going to throw in there for you. If you'd like to pre-order a copy and be on the list, get on the list for the extra stuff, you can just go to my website, mandyhaynes.com, and pre-order there if you'd like. For everybody that has been reading Walking the Wrong Way Home, thank you so much. You have no idea what that means to me. Every message, I don't care if it's just like 2 words, 3 words, that you are enjoying it, that you like it. You are just, thank you. Thank you. It means more than you know. It's just so exciting, and that people are still reading it and we're still talking about it. And I've got another one coming out. Y'all, I'm just really, really, really happy. Thanks for reading. And Walking the Wrong Way Home, it is a collection of Southern stories that will have you rooting for saints, sinners, and everyone in between. Well, Sharp as a Serpent's Tooth is a collection of Southern stories that will have you cheering for snakes and cussing in church. I'll explain. I'll talk about that a little bit in case you're worried. I know a couple. If you know my sense of humor, I'll clear that up for you. But the cheering for snakes refers to Eva. It's a novella that's in this collection, and that's Eva right there. That's my Eva. Some of you have read the story. It has been around for a little while. It was actually published, Tracy Lucas and Smash Cake Press with the National Writers Group, gosh, back a long time ago. She published about 40 chapbooks, I think, of Eva. That was a long time ago. I have had a lot of people, that read that asked, when are we going to read more about Eva? Well, here you go. It's a lot of work's gone into that story. It's, I loved it. I was happy with it before, but it's so much better now. Suzanne Hudson put her eyes on it, and lots of advice. Some of it I took. She's about as ornery as me. I think that's why we get along so good. But some more beta readers. I asked questions and fixed it. Any issues somebody had with it, I think I fixed them. I love it. It's the same story, but just better. But that's where the cheering for snakes. I've had so many people say after they read it, they're like, I never thought I'd be happy about snakes. Not what you think. You'll be surprised. And I can't wait to hear what you think. I'm going to read a little bit from that story right now, if you would like to hear. So this is from Eva and Sharp as a Serpent's Tooth, Eva and Other Stories. I just picked this out from kind of in the middle, closer to the end. Oof, I love Eva. For 2 whole weeks, let me start over. For 2 whole weeks, as soon as I was out of school and after we'd done our chores, we'd meet at the creek and play. Eva let me hold her hand without thinking twice now, no longer self-conscious about her scars. We'd hold hands and run up and down the muddy bank like wild ponies. We'd stopped catching crawdads, and I'd started braiding Eva's hair. When it was braided, it looked like it was mixed with golden thread. The same golden thread that made her eyelashes sparkle like tiny diamonds had been woven in between each lash, especially when the sun hit it. She'd never had anyone braid her hair before and would stare at her reflection in the water like she couldn't believe it was her looking back. Mama would skin me alive if she saw me looking at myself like this. Well, she's not here, so look all you want, I teased her. But I liked sitting beside her and looking at her reflections in the water as much as she did. I thought we looked like sisters. We always made sure to put her hair back in the same little knot before Eva went home. Every hair pulled back tight enough I was afraid it hurt, but Eva never complained. Sometimes we'd pretend we were married women and have dinner parties with our make-believe husbands. We'd pick wild flowers for our centerpieces and use bark for our dishes. Our fine dining table was an old stump in the back of our field. I'd bring tea cakes and biscuits with molasses and whipped butter, whatever treat Mama had for me and Henry, and watch Eva savor every crumb. She said she'd never tasted anything so good, and I thought of all the times I'd eaten them without giving them a second thought. I'd never considered myself lucky. I mean, I knew Mama was good, but I'd taken her for granted. Before I met Eva, I just assumed every mama made sweets for their children and tucked them in at night. I thought every daddy went to work and came home happy with stories to tell at the dinner table and a kiss on the cheek before bedtime. Eva had none of those things, and she didn't hold a single grudge against me for having all that and more. We never brought up anything from her past. It's hard to explain, but once Eva put down the burden of all those stories and secrets, they just didn't seem to be a part of her. We played like normal kids every afternoon, and I'd gotten so used to our schedule at the creek, I convinced myself everything was going to be like that forever, that Eva's life had changed, and before long she'd be coming to my house for a sleepover. But of course that didn't happen. About 2 weeks later, Eva told me that she wouldn't be able to meet me every day. The people coming to the revival were getting bored with the snakes, and her parents were getting anxious. We still met whenever we could, but Eva wasn't as talkative as she'd been before. We didn't run and laugh as much. Actually, we didn't play at all. A lot of the time, those last few days, Eva was busy catching snakes. So there you go. I hope you like it as much as I liked writing these stories. And that's it. I just want to thanks again, y'all, for reading Walking the Wrong Way Home. Keep reading it, share them, pass them around. I know money's tight right now. It's crazy. It's crazy, but we're all going to get through it. I'd give them all away. Good. So don't feel guilty at all for sharing them, pass them around. Thank y'all for reading them. It just means the world to me. And we'll have more to read in September. Thanks.